right, so unpopular opinions.
Oh,
let's do it. You can go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. Nobody really freestyles when they rap.
That's an incorrect statement.
That's tough.
But then you can
It's
go.
not an opinion, right?
Well, okay, I'll say it in an opinion. There's no such thing as freestyle rap.
So what about freestyle music though? Like, can you freestyle?
That's called improv, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's different because it's a learned skill. And that's not called.
I like to
It's
practice.
not called freestyle.
Why is it called freestyle?
It's called improv.
What I call freestyle rapping, like I'll practice combining phonemes, like different parts of words that fit together, whether it's absurd or meaningful. You practice that, and then you're able to, in a stream of consciousness sort of fashion, combine these associated phonemes, just like a scale or something like that. How is that? Is that word improv? Would that be a better?
Billy doesn't learn licks in the piano. He just goes, right? So he doesn't get the concept of like pulling from a bag of established vocabulary. Right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why he doesn't get the concept of freestyle rapping. The idea is when you're improving, whether you're jamming in a band or whether you're freestyling in a hip hop situation, the idea is that yes, you have a vocabulary that you're pulling from.
Exactly,
correct?
but that's the same as a musician. The connotation with freestyling is that it's just off the top of the head. That's what it's like.
Then also
ever since I
understand the
saw
next
8
level.
Mile, he's just coming up with that. I'm like, oh my god.
Then understand
everybody speaks a language unless you're a fucking wolf baby.
But then,
and so the whole fucking improvisational thing goes out the window because you call it freestyle. Why is it called freestyle?
Then, I'll explain why. Then understand the next element of hip hop being an extreme subculture. So they might not use the same language that's being used to describe certain things that are being used in one thing.
So what we need to do then, we need to look at other situations where the word freestyle is used. For example, freestyle BMXing.
Yes.
Now, there's going to be a specific set of things that you can do within freestyle BMXing that's going to be set based upon a vocabulary of movements that are exclusively available to the bike.
I agree, but the thing is the difference between talking, which is basically what rapping is, with a rhythm and a pentameter and with rhyming and vocabulary and everything, but it's still just language and talking, right? And I'm not trying to say without a doubt that it's not a skill. It is a fucking learned skill. And that's what I'm trying to say is the connotation with freestyle is it's not improv. Because improv is a learned skill that you do.
You're disregarding the element of the subculture.
Yeah. I think the jargon thing, you got to honor the language. But it's an unpopular opinion, and you've clearly triggered the both of us.
Yeah, totally.
I think it's the coolest fucking thing in the world when anybody does freestyle.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I can't in my head not be like, they fucking.
That's how I know
this isn't freestyle.
You're so far removed from the culture. Like when you understand the deep separation of that culture from the mainstream or from what people understand, like the language is completely different, right? So words are kind of usurped, or like they're taken and they take on different meanings within a certain realm because there's an entire reasoning for that. It's not just because it's like they don't know what it means. It's because they're actually trying to create a subliminal way of speaking. You understand? The entire thing is to kind of shroud everything in some kind of language that the mainstream won't understand.
Right. There's an intensity to it. It's almost an intentional secrecy.
And the name of it is a little bit of what I'm trying to say, the opinion, but really all I'm trying to say is there's a connotation with freestyle rap.
You think it's the very nature of the fact that it's because it's language?
I'm saying that everybody can speak a language, and that's what they're using to do that.
So let's flip this around. If freestyling is a thing, are we freestyling right now?
Constantly. Totally. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So I would say that less controversially, as freestyle is just a conversation set to meter and rhyme. But I still think those distinctions require their own category, or they deserve their own category. To be
able to do that, it's a huge fucking skill. That's all I'm trying to say. And then the last little part of it is that I feel like they're like in the bathroom just like writing down like rhyming dictionary shit the whole time.
My unpopular opinion is that Capris are dumb.
Capri Suns? Yeah, I thought so too, man. They're too small.
You blow them up and then they squirt water
But you can make it into a cell phone as well. And I'm a big fan of that.
Is that what you thought I was talking about?
Yes.
Are capris like a remnant of an era where it was like astounding to reveal the ankle, or is it more comfortable to wear capris?
I don't know.
For me, they just become high waters, I think is what you call it when dudes are wearing pants that show their socks. But you have to build a style around it, really.
Why did this become a thing? I just don't like it. I'm not into it.
Okay. It does creep me out when you see like those like high fashion dudes and they're wearing suits and then they're like they show their ankle and they have no sock and there's like little loafers on it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
not into it.
yeah.
Well, that's
like,
high watering though. That's
fucking
not
007
intentional
over
capris.
there.
That's like I'm experiencing that currently, but I'm hiding it down here because you guys are making fun of it.
No, those aren't capris. It's a very specific thing.
I know what a capri is.
They sew that shit together. It's like a whole thing.
It's a whole thing, man.
I'm not into that.
I think I'm on your side.
You're on my side?
Yeah.
That's the first time.
Capris
What do you think, Trey?
I don't care really.
You don't care?
Here's the fun thing. I just want to understand because I don't like whenever I have tight fitting clothes, and it might be because I'm a little heavier set, but the thought of having my ankle cut off like that, I'm not into it.
Fashion, in the same way that any other artistic endeavor does, it's just about pushing the envelope and just trying something new and different.
Yeah.
And seeing where you can go with it. It's a world that I don't understand. You know what I mean?
Obviously.
It's I love that you tell me that, Mr. fucking blue jeans and flannel on the gig, right?
I represent where I'm from.
I'm just saying, bro. You can't.
I have
talk
a
shit about
Robert
my
Jordan
fashion.
jacket on that I got in a thrift store.
And
I
Air
love
Jordan
your fashion,
slides
bro.
on the
I
bottom.
got J
style.
slides down here. I'll show them off.
Yeah.
Ari makes fun of me. I want a sponsorship. I'm always ready to ball. Like,
Oh, bro.
I'm just saying, like, J slides. You want to get in the bluegrass world? Like, going from the jail yard to the fucking. Nah, but for real.
Man.
All right, what's your
For real,
opinion?
the prequel trilogy is the best part of the Star Wars story.
1999, Star Wars Episode 1 came out. I'm sitting front row dressed up as Obi-Wan Kenobi for Halloween for about 10 years straight.
That's a big deal. That's pretty cool. You look like Obi-Wan. You could pull that off.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
Yeah.
look just like you, McGregor. A lot of people tell me that all the time.
But truly, I think the story writing in the prequel trilogy was the best story writing. The acting was the best. What you see in the middle trilogy is essentially a thrown together space opera that built the most important world for modern science fantasy. Like, I get that, but it was thrown together. Like, that story is thrown together. What I see in the last three is an attempt to complete what is a very difficult and strewn out adventure. And I think they did a pretty good job of bringing together elements from across the trilogy to make it a united experience. But that prequel trilogy tells a very cool and complete adventure with a coming of age of characters, and then inserting the little Clone Wars in between episodes 2 and 3.
There's some cool parts for sure.
I think it's
without
the
a
best.
doubt.
I think it's the best.
I was so obsessed. I was so obsessed with Episode 1 when I was a little kid. I was like 10 years old when that came out, and I could watch it right now and be like, yeah, this is good.
When I was a kid, I liked it, and then when I grew up and watched them as an adult, I was like, this has got to be the worst display of acting that ever existed in cinema, period, across the board. If the acting is bad, the story has to be real good to get me to buy into the movie. And if the story is just not to the point where I'm like hooked, the acting is... That's
how I feel about the middle three. It wasn't supposed to succeed. That's why I say it's thrown together. I don't know, man. The set design and the acting for the first two, I think, was pretty on point. But maybe it's all nostalgia. Who knows?
It's impossible to say.
You can't separate nostalgia, you know.
I fucking hate the new ones, though.
You hate them? I don't hate them. I just think...
the last one that came out, I fucking hated. The one before that, I also hated. And then the first one, The Force Awakens, that one was the only one that was like, okay.
Kylo was a little baby.
My God.
He wasn't... When he took off his mask, my immersion sort of left a little bit, but... I think in watching it all as a collected story, you're ultimately presenting archetypes, and
right.
You know, that age bracket was an essential archetype to what the Star Wars. Each trilogy has this arc of this age bracket with like the elder teacher, the fool who is usually the center protagonist of a story, and then like all the supporting characters, and so. I don't know. I've grown to love it
as an adult. Like the last one's the best one. Now the third one. Right?
The third one is the best one.
It's the best
for
one,
sure.
First, but
also the worst acted though, right?
Hayden Christensen's acting is
just atrocious.
It's not my favorite. I saw somebody say like Leonardo DiCaprio would have made a better Anakin, and I like to think of what that world would have been like.
Yeah, but I don't think they had the budget for that, did they?
Literally,
no, that's the thing.
Star Wars didn't have the budget.
Well, episode 1, 2, and 3 probably did.
Maybe they did, but maybe Leo was just like not on bored. Because I saw the first three guys. I'm good.